14-year-old Louis Mivek Jr. is under cross-examination, and the discussion moved to really one of the only factual disputes in this entire case, and that is that the elder Mivek told the police that he had never told his two sons that there was a loaded pistol hidden under this couch. But shortly after this shooting, the son told the police that the father had told him about it. And so on cross-examination, defense counsel tries to deal with that.
And you knew your dad had firearms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You knew in New York that he had firearms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's actually where he had gotten the firearms?
Yes, ma'am.
Did your grandfather have firearms?
Not that I remember. I think he had a BB gun of some sort. Ma'am.
Okay. Do you remember your father? Well, I'll ask that later. But your dad had purchased the firearms when you all lived in New York.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And your father had told you you never touch a gun.
Yes, ma'am.
You never play with a gun.
Yes, ma'am.
They're very dangerous.
Yes, ma'am.
He had told you that more than once.
Yes, ma'am.
And I believe you indicated that you believe you found this firearm under the couch when you were looking for the remote control or you were cleaning.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, do you remember telling the detective, I think my dad told me it was under the couch?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why did you tell the detective that?
I wasn't sure at the time, and I was not exactly in a calm state.
Okay. Were you scared?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you think that maybe that might help things when you spoke to the detective?
No, ma'am.
You just didn't know?
Yes, ma'am.
But you remember finding that gun under the couch?
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't go looking for it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And did you tell your dad, hey, Dad, I saw the gun under the couch?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, your father has never loaded that gun in front of you?
No, ma'am.
You've never shot a gun?
No.
You've never seen your dad shoot a gun?
No, ma'am.
You've never seen him handle that firearm?
No, ma'am.
You just knew he had it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you live on the ground floor of the apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And had there ever been a situation, Louis, that you and your dad had tried someone to come into your apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was that about?
When was that?
Yeah, and what was it about?
It was a while before, or during the summer, I think. And
Okay.
somebody had come in and taken things out of the apartment.
So somebody you thought had come into your apartment and taken money or something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And your dad worked at Home Depot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the fact is, Louis, is you and Martin were not left home alone much?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Sometimes there was an hour after school you might be there by yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But your dad tried to work his work schedule?
Yes, ma'am.
To be home. And on the weekends so that he could actually do things with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because during the week, obviously, you're at school and...
Yes, ma'am.
And what were the rules as far as having somebody in the house when your dad wasn't there?
It was pretty basic that no one was to be in the house when he wasn't there.
No exceptions?
No exceptions, no.
And, in fact, your dad didn't really care to have kids in the house even when he was there, did he?
No, ma'am.
Okay. He felt that you all should go outside and play?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You want to ride bikes, you go outside?
Yes, ma'am.
And you lived close to the rec center, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
So you could all get out of the rec center. And there's a pool.
Yes, ma'am.
So he thought, since you all lived in Florida now...
Judge, that's just speculation about what his father thought.
Sustain. Finish your question, please.
Did your dad tell you to go outside and play?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then I'm...
You're right.
Okay. But you knew you shouldn't have people over when he's not there?
Yes, ma'am.
So we know that the father is going to take the stand, and presumably he obviously will back up what the son just said, and that is that there had been a burglary of the apartment And the father, of course, slept on this couch, and I'm sure that they're going to argue that it was reasonable for him to have a weapon there in view of the burglary. I guess he didn't